the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live. Gentlemen, I bring you Anthony Fowler from the UK. It is the afternoon time over there, and we are now speaking to the red-hot prospect in the super welterweight division, signed to Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Sports, Anthony Fowler. How are you? And good afternoon, my friend.
I'm good, thank you, mate. How are you?
We're good. We're good. Happy to have you. Just want to thank you for the opportunity and, for you taking out the time. So what could you tell the U.S. boxing public about Anthony Fowler? Why, after this interview, should they get behind you, follow you on social media, and just get into everything that is Anthony Fowler, since they haven't seen you since your, let's say, your debut on DAZN? That's the first time American public has gotten to see you, unless they're hardcore boxing fans.
Yeah. Well, I'm an action-packed fighter. I come to this not just to win. I come to knock my opponents out. So I've got a fan-friendly style. I'm very committed to my sport. I train twice a day, 6 days a week. On my social media, I try and keep the fans updated with my day life. And a bit of motivation sometimes when other people feel down, don't want to go to the gym. I try and give them a boost and let them know that if I can do it, they can do it too.
So the biggest thing I've seen out there is a huge comparison to you and Carl Froch. Do you take any mentorship in being compared to Froch? And is there any story that you can give us that we might not know behind the comparison to Carl Froch?
Yeah, well, me and Carl Froch, I actually sparred Carl Froch in his world title camps. He used to have me in as a sparring partner. And we're similar fighters in the fact that we're very powerful. We've got long limbs. We've got good chins, both very strong. But it's a compliment to be compared to Froch, but I'm trying to be a bit more refined, a bit more cuter than what Froch was. Obviously, Froch had a great chin. I don't want to rely on my chin. I want to improve my defense and work on other stuff. So obviously, I'll win a lot more easier. Like the best chin in boxing, the chin that doesn't get it.
What kind of experience did sparring with Carl Froch give you, and where did the beef between Ted Cheeseman happen?
Sparring Froch, it was a great confidence boost there because I was getting in the ring. I was only a young lad, 22 years of age, and I was thinking, wow, I'm sparring a world champion. So it was a big experience, and it gave me a lot of confidence because I didn't just spar him. I held my own. I was landing good shots. I was taking good shots. I remember the first time I sparred him, I got out the ring and my arms were all bruised off blocking the punches. Like he punched that hard that he actually bruised all my arms. So it made me switch on that. I thought, I can't let this fella catch me because he's probably knocked me out. So I had to switch on every single round. So it was good for me mental state. And with Ted Cheeseman, the beef started because I was just 6-0 pro trying to learn my trade, and he was like British champion, 14-0, calling me out. I thought it was a bit embarrassing for him to be 14-0, calling out a 6-0 prospect. You know what I mean? So I have said to him, listen, I'll fight you now, no problem at all, but down to my team, they want me to have a few more fights. So I thought it was a bit disrespectful on his behalf to try and call out another stuff. Either way, I'd smash him now, regardless.
How you doing, Anthony? It's Mario Munguia here. So you were my favorite kind of prospect because you were the kind that fights. You fought 5 times in 2018. What do you expect from 2019? Are you going to try to stay as busy, or are you going to try to make the competition level go up?
Yeah, I think this year I reckon I'll have 4 fights. Now that I'm doing 12-round fights, it's hard to get as many in, but I want to get 4 fights in. I'm hopefully fighting for the title next fight on March the 30th against another unbeaten prospect. So this will be my first real big test. So I'll see what happens.
So who's this Scott Fitzgerald guy that keeps his your name in his mouth, right? I mean, and it seems like Sky Sports is lining him up for you in the future here in 2019, maybe the end of the first quarter. What could you tell us about Scott Fitzgerald, and will this be an action-packed fight?
Yeah, Scott's actually a former teammate. We both boxed and the amateurs together on the Great Britain squad. We both went to Commonwealth Games. He boxed at welterweight, I boxed at middleweight, and we both won gold. So he's a good fighter. He's a strong lad. But there's actually we actually was former friends, but as you know yourself, there's no friends in the ring. So business is business, and obviously now that we've been landing to fight, the friendship goes out the window, and like now it's time to fight.
Why do you think these guys that are further along in their careers are calling you out and your name being attached to so many people as a prospect? I mean, and do you consider yourself a prospect?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I'm still learning. I've been pro 18 months. I've been very busy. I've had 9 fights, so I'm always in the gym. I'm always asking for more fights. I'm always asking to step up. These lads have had more experience, but because I am the way I am, I fight, I'm exciting and knock people out. I get people talking about me, and people on social media are talking about me. So even if these lads have more fights, more titles, I'm more well known because of the way I am, just my style, my personality, my social media. I'm promoting myself as well as everyone.
Now, does it add anything to you? I mean, does it, I don't know, give you butterflies? Is there any nerves knowing that your fight is already essentially signed with Fitzgerald for sometime in April or March, end of March, excuse me, but you have another fight, should be having another fight before that, right?
No, my next fight will be Fitzgerald. I had a little break last month, about a few weeks off, so I won't be fit until March. So I'll be fighting Fitzgerald in March, and then I want Cheeseman to fight after.
And it seems like he's scheduled for you in March, but also for about to be mentioned in February, early February. Did you notice that about Fitzgerald? Did we lose him?
Oh man, I hope we didn't lose him. I had a question for him, baby. Damn, I had a good one. Mr. Fowler.
Think we lost him.
Maybe we did lose him. Try to bring him back on Skype, man.
Yeah, if you want to try to see if you can do that in the background, we can chop it up.
Yeah, that Skype beats a nice addition, bro. Nice addition. But real quick though,
did you talk to Ben, homie?
Yo, no, I didn't talk to Ben because I already had dude from Snack schedule. That's what I've been telling you.
Oh my God! You know I sent him a message.
I know I did. I know you did, but he ain't respond.
Good.
Yeah, because the dude from the snack facility, the lead trainer, we have him scheduled at 10 o'clock. Basil, Mike Basil or something like that.
Basil.
I'm sorry, but you know I'm from the damn South. It looks like Basil. But anyway, back to
I can't get mad at you. Know I mispronounce shit all day.
But back to Anthony Fowler, man. I'm telling you, man, this guy is a very, very big super welterweight. He comes in the ring and like Mario McGee said, he gives the fans action-packed fights. And big shout out to my guy UK Rob. He's one of the first guys that put me on this guy, and I have to give him credit for that. But Anthony Fowler, man, I think he's a damn good. Who
the fuck is that guy?
He's a damn good 154 prospect, and he has the potential to be world level and to possibly go up to 160 because he's very big.
Well, he's certainly fun, and it is very strange, I think. I wish we could have gotten a little more into that before the call dropped. The fact that so many people outside his level, and I'm not talking about talent, I'm just talking about the fact that he's 9-0, are calling him out. And yeah, experience. There you go. But like you got Mr. Fowler back. How you doing, Anthony? You there?
It was nice. What happened there?
Okay. How you doing, Anthony? I'm sorry. I think we lost you there for a second. You there?
Yeah, I'm eating some, yeah.
Great. Mike, I'll pass it off to you. I know you had that question.
Yeah, my question is, you are a advocate for CBD oil. I just want to know how that started and how did you start using that?
Yeah, so it was an interesting thing. I had a friend who had cancer, and he didn't have long to live. He was getting told he was like possibly could have got that kind of thing. He had throat cancer. Instead of taking the normal in England, it's called the NHS. He decided to go abroad and get treatment, use stuff like CBD or cannabis oil, over methods that's very like controversial. But then it worked for him. He come home, lost a lot of weight, put all his weight back on, and he seems like he's back healthy and he's cured himself, which I thought was amazing. So I looked into it, tried it out myself, and really helped my training. Like I feel so like with aches and pains like I used to. I set up a big jar with your jar and your joints, and even the CBD, it seems like it settles down. So I'm a job pain free, which is mad because I had it for years. But I really believe in it, and everyone who I've sold it to has given me back great feedback saying it's cured the back, they can sleep better. I've literally had no negative feedback, so it must work.
And my other question is, how does the British Boxing Board of Control look at CBD?
Well, obviously there's something called THC, and there's a little bit inside of CBD, only a small amount. But too much THC is illegal, so you've got to be careful that you're using the right brand that's got low THC. But most of the time, CBD is fine, and it's not a banned substance. It's completely legal.
Well, if you fight in the U.S., you will pop for marijuana. But, Mr. Fowler, I have a few questions from the public, if you don't mind. Mario, do you have anything else for him before I go to
Yeah, real quick, I just wanted to ask you, I know it's still early in your career, and you obviously have plenty of fights in the UK to fight with all the people calling you out, and your next one should be a good one. But for you, is the road to the US something that interests you? I mean, obviously, it's some fighters have had to come to the US to make their mark. Some fighters in the UK have been able to stay there. Do you envision yourself coming to the US and trying to make your name?
Yeah, definitely. That's always been a dream of mine, to go to Madison Square Garden, the big venues in America. But that'll be a dream come true. I actually boxed in LA as an amateur in something called World Series Boxing. I boxed an American called Marquis Moore. He's like, I think he's undefeated now as a professional. And I boxed him and I knocked him out. And a lot of the American fans were like made it with my style. That was 2012, but it was a good experience going over there, and the Americans, they love the boxing.
Before we get to this, which sanctioning body will you be trying to go down en route of a world title?
I've always wanted to get WBC. That's always been my dream. I first thought the WBC is the nicest belt and it's like the most respected belt in my opinion. Obviously, any belt I'd be happy with, but I always vision the WBC in my head, something I've always wanted.
All right, Anthony, I got some great questions from our Patreon family. One of them I know it's going to spark a great conversation between us because I follow you on Instagram and I know how you feel on that topic. But I'll start with the first one from Texas. I'm not sure is it Texas. I think he just told me the other day it wasn't from Texas. Sorry, Trav, but Trav FDY says, I think you versus Earl Spence in the future is a great style matchup. What happens in that fight? How many rounds would it take you to knock him out?
It's a good question. Obviously, Spence is a welterweight. I'm a light middle, so we're actually with different weights. But Spence is he's a big lad for welterweight, so he will move up one day. And I think it'd be a great meeting. Our stars would gel nicely. I really rate Spence high. I think it could go to points, and it could be a great fight for the future.
Nice.
You're a big lad for super welterweight. How long do you see yourself staying at 154?
Yeah, I feel as though I can stay at it as long as I'm disciplined. I give myself a 12-week camp. I'm a big guy for the weight, but with my diet, I'm eating my fat, fruit and veg, plenty of water, I eat no crap, no sweets, no fizzy drinks. I'm very strict, so as long as I'm straight to my diet, I don't cheat. I can stay here as long as I want, but I do want to win a world title and then eventually move up and try and win different weights.
We got one coming from Elms in the UK. He says, we know you were a successful amateur with bronze at the World Championship and gold in the Commonwealth Games. Does that make you want to take the fast track route to a world title similar to Josh Taylor?
Yeah, obviously, Josh Taylor took, I'm not sure, Josh Taylor's been pro a lot longer than me. Been pro 2 years ahead of me. But yeah, I'd like to move a little bit faster. Like, so far, I've had 9 fights, and I haven't been tested at all. No one's really hit me back yet where I felt a punch. Whereas in the amateurs, I was having competitive fights against countries, national things, and I enjoy testing myself and pushing myself. So, at the moment, I'm winning it a little bit too easy. I'm not learning nothing. I need to step up. Competitions don't get tested. But I like to test myself and prove to myself how good I am.
All right, and the one that I believe is going to spark some good, healthy conversation and debate comes from Prince Joel in Dubai. He says, in that situation between Anthony Joshua, Fury, Wilder, do you think Lennox Lewis and Dillian White are right by saying that Anthony Joshua is afraid of those two and Joshua always fights mediocre opponents?
I think that's a little bit harsh on Joshua. He's beat Povetkin, who I really think's a good fighter. I know he's a bit old, but Povetkin's a great fighter. He's beat Klitschko, he's beat Joseph Parker. They were all world champions, but I feel as though with Joshua and the Fury and Wilder need to understand that Joshua is the A-side. Like Floyd Mayweather used to always say, I'm the A-side. Like Joshua has got 3 belts, he's the A-side, so they should give him more money than what he's getting, where they deserve 50-50, but that's not the case. And at the end of the day, I know boxing's a sport, but it is business. Joshua should be getting the lion's share of the money because he holds all the cards. He sells out 90,000 seats. He's got 3 belts. He's like, along with Canelo, he's the face of boxing. So they should understand that Joshua, he holds all the cards, and they should take a little bit less money and think, I'm Joshua out, then I'll be the A-side.
And our last question, just what do you think on the Frank Warren situation where he outlined the proposed way that Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury could clash? He said that they could share pay-per-view by splitting everything down the middle and doing what Americans do when Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather fought, where HBO and Showtime, came together and did a split pay-per-view. Both aired the fight. He wants BT and Sky to get together, do it right down the middle, 50-50. Do you think Tyson deserves that? Since he came to America and, perception in the UK is that he beat Deontay Wilder. Does he earn a 50-50 deal, or at least, if not percentage and purse, should the fight be shown on both Sky and BT, or is this a fight where whoever fights Joshua has to fight on his turf, his terms, his network?
Yeah, it's a good question, Matt. I feel as though, like I said, Joshua is still the A-side. I know Fury should have beat Wilder, in my opinion. He won the fight by two points, but like I said, Joshua still is the A-side. Joshua still wants to hold the card. Joshua's going to want it. Every aim will want it on Sky pay-per-view and give Fury a percentage of that. I just feel as though Fury will make more money against Joshua than he will against anyone else, regardless if Joshua earns more. I think Fury should just say, you know what, I'll take what you've given me, and I'll beat you, and I'll take the belt. That's what he should do. If I was Fury, I'd just take him the chin. That, like I said, Joshua is the A-side.
Well, Anthony, I want to thank you, obviously, for giving us the opportunity to interview you here on The Boxing Voice. We're going to continue to follow your career. We're excited for your upcoming fights. Happy to see a very, polarizing prospect coming up the ranks. Can you give out your social media for anybody who isn't following and can do so, because you are active on your Instagram and, it's a pretty good follow. You keep people entertained because you're not just posting stuff of yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm actually a boxing fan as well as a fighter. Like, I do generally enjoy talking to fans about the fights because I am a big fan. So I try and just keep it not just all about me. I don't want to posting just me doing selfies every day and me saying that I should be a fan and put it out there and what I'm thinking about. And what, for example, today I put up a Mia Khan fighting Crawford. I think that's massive respect for Khan to fight Crawford. He could fight Kell Brook in the UK and earn more money, but he's chasing that world title against Crawford. He's an unbelievable fighter, so I have a lot of respect for Khan for that.
Does he have a shot?
Get that made.
You said get that made?
Hello?
Yes.
Does Amir Khan have a shot against Terrence Crawford, or is he over his head?
I think Crawford's a level above. Crawford's one of my favourite fighters. He can box orthodox, southpaw. He can come forward. He can box backwards. He can do it all. He's a great body puncher. I think Crawford's something special. I think he will outclass Khan, but respect to Khan for taking the fight.
Nice.
Real quick question for you. Crawford versus Keith Thurman or Earl Spence.
Very good. I like
Who you got and why?
Nice.
It was that Crawford Spence. I think when Spence boxed Kell Brook, I felt so the first 6 rounds, Kell Brook was outboxing Spence. Obviously, Spence is a good body puncher and he wore down Brook towards the end, but I think Crawford would outbox Spence a little bit more. It could be a close fight. I think Spence is a stronger man, bigger man, but I think Crawford's skills takes it on points for me.
Well, Mr. Fowler, thank you again for your time, and we can't wait to get you back on soon after you get that win and do your victory lap.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.